Okay, earlier in the show, I outlined 5 lies that Donald Trump has already told in his first 3 days as president of the United States. One that I alluded to refers to this totally baseless, factless, debunked suggestion that Trump only lost the popular vote on November 8th to Hillary Clinton by nearly 3 million votes because, as he estimates, 3 to 5 million undocumented immigrants voted for Hillary Clinton. And what's amazing is Trump had his first official meeting with congressional leaders yesterday, and he took the opportunity to repeat this claim. You show up a claim that you've made on Twitter that's been fact checked and judged as completely untrue by every single reasonable fact checker. And you meet with congressional leadership. And what do you say? Hey, guys, by the way, remember, I would have won the popular vote were it not for 3 to 5 million people voting for Hillary Clinton illegally, undocumented immigrants. You know what this shows to me, Pat? That Trump is very, very aware that many people see his presidency as illegitimate for a number of reasons, not the least of which is a nearly record loss in the popular vote.
And I think the fact that he lost the popular vote is draining on him because before the election, I think in 2012, and then even since this 2016 election, he's voiced the fact that, the person who gets the most votes should win. I mean, that's the Democratic way of doing things.
Right.
And I think it's draining on him.
He's tweeted numerous times that we've got to do away with the Electoral College, which is the only reason the guy won. Also, Congressman Steny Hoyer, who's a Democrat from Maryland, he said he was at the meeting. He said not only did Trump talk about the 3 to 5 million undocumented immigrant votes, he said Trump also talked about the size of the crowd at his inaugural address, saying that, repeating these same debunked lies, that it was a record crowd, 1 million to 1.5 million people. This is what Donald Trump is discussing in meetings with other elected officials. He seems unbalanced. And by the way, Trump, again, using undocumented immigrants as scapegoats. He's probably never going to stop whining about this. He wanted to win the world's most important popularity contest. That's really why he ran for president. And he actually lost that. He lost that. Almost 3 million more people voted for the other candidate. He's likely going to whine forever about this.
Yeah, and these words are so out of place. He went in front of the CIA and talked about crowd size, and now he's going in front of congressional leaders and talking about the popular vote.
Bizarre.
I mean, it's like he's still campaigning. That's what he's good at, but it's time to move on and start presidenting.
If you also apply just a tiny bit of critical thinking to the allegation that 3 to 5 million of the 11 million undocumented immigrants in the United States voted illegally for Hillary Clinton, you're telling me nearly half of undocumented immigrants in the U.S. went out there to vote illegally for a candidate that most likely was just going to continue the Obama policy, which saw record deportations from 2009 to 2017. It doesn't pass the sniff test, Pat. Why on earth would so many undocumented immigrants even go out there to do that, risking exposing themselves to deportation by showing up at polls and trying to vote?
Yeah, we know that voter fraud is statistically insignificant, and if you want to make the case that there were 3 to 5 million undocumented immigrants voting, especially in California, provide some evidence, please.
Yes, that I would love any evidence of this, and there is none because it's not true. You would have to be a moron to believe that this is true, but Donald Trump knows that with him in this new world of Orwellian alternative facts and untrustworthy media, even on just basic, simple truths, if you say something as Donald Trump, many people will take it as, I hate to use this term, gospel, because the choice is I either believe what Trump says or I'm going against our fearless leader who will make America great again. And he's successfully conditioned his supporters, Pat, to just believe whatever he says. It's brilliant what he's been able to do.
And there's no signs of them defecting from Donald Trump at this point. I think they're going to continue on that train.
Oh, yeah. They're on the nonstop, to use Pat's train analogy. And there are very few stops at which you can get off of that train.